What's up guys, it's Rogue here and welcome back to yet another amazing video on the channel. For today I got the top 5 cards post DarkWing Blast that you guys should be definitely picking up. I think these cards will absolutely skyrocket in price, and if you haven't seen my other market watches, please do check them out. I don't want to say I'm right, but most of the time I am right, so make sure that you do. If you are going to be investing, do consider these cards I'm going to mention, and without any further ado, let's go straight into card number 1. So for card number 1, I'll make sure I have the cards right here on the screen for you guys. We have Magic Deflector. Now, if you've never heard of Magic Deflector, it's a trap that came out a very long time ago. And I think not a lot of people have actually realized how insane Magic Deflector is this format. So if you don't know what Magic Deflector does, is for the rest of the turn after you activate the trap, it's a normal trap, so it's a chainable. And basically, once you activate it, it sort of just blankets the turn, so it doesn't need to stay on the field or anything like that. It negates all effects of Equip, Quick Play, Continuous spells, which I don't know if you guys have realized, but that is actually an insane blowout against stuff that is of the runic archetype, since most of them, if not all of them, are quick play spells, and they also have the field spell. It also can negate the sprite quick play spell. It also can negate Paralino. It has a lot of utility, and I just don't think a lot of people know. Since it's an all trap, you can also trap tricks it, and I think the supers right now are around £3 to £4 each. Could be a bit less actually, but I think they're around £3 to £4 each. And I think this will have potential to be at least a £10 super rare, which is of course, I believe, one of the highest, if not the highest printing of the card. And it's from an OTS pack as well, so it's not that accessible. I think for card number 1, we have Magic Deflector. Moving on to card number 2, we have Diviner of the Heralds. Now, I'm sure you guys are aware, Diviner of the Heralds did just get the reprint in the 2022 Mega Tin. Now, why am I saying to pick up Diviner of the Heralds? Well, because we just got announced in the TCG that we will be getting the Ishizu cards. Now, the Ishizu cards are cards that take tier elements to a whole other level. I'm not going to explain to what they do. I don't personally know that well exactly what they do. I just know that in the OCG, they have been played in tier elements, and they have made tier elements basically the tier 1 deck to beat. And we just got them announced in the TCG, and they are all fairies. So what does that mean? That we can normal summon Divine of the Herald and directly dump a Ishizu card into the graveyard, and you can start all your plays that way. Now, Divine of the Herald, I think, is a £12 card at the moment. I think once the Ishizu cards do drop, I think Divine of the Herald can easily go up to a £20 to £25 card, even though it does have the reprint in the tins. Remember that every card that is secret rare in the tins, yes, it did get reprinted, but it's basically on average a 1 per case. So even the cards that did get reprinted, like Pot of Prosperity and things, you see that the prices just keep going up and up because there's a lot of demand and there's not a lot of supply. So for card number 2, I have Diviner of the Heralds. Moving on to card number 3, we have Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. Now, yes, this is the card I did mention in the previous cards that are going to skyrocket. I am mentioning it here again. I don't care what you guys say, I like the card and I think it has a lot of potential. Why do I think it has even more potential than before? Well, that's because of the release of the Bestial cards. If you don't know what the Bestial cards do, they're basically just a bunch of dragons that are quick play DD crows for light or dark monsters, and one Bestial in particular, I'm not sure the exact name, I will bring it out on the screen for you, can search in the end phase a dragon from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Now, Fantastical Phantasme is indeed a dragon, so that means at the end phase you are getting disruption, and link monsters are picking up in popularity with the, Sprite Elf basically being everywhere. We got IP Masquerader as well. So I think the ability to sort of get a dragon at the end phase, which is Phantasme, which then special summons to your field if they link summon, draws you cards, put cards back that you don't want, and offers targeting protection. I think this is the reason why you guys should be picking up your Fantastical Dragon Phantasmes, in particular the secret rares. I think the secret rares right now are around £12 to £15 a copy. I can easily see this going up to £30, £35 a copy if this does pick up in popularity. And even if it doesn't, I don't think they're going to go down, because remember, these are the secret rares that were £100 cards once upon a time. I don't really see them dropping too much below what they are now. I think this is the perfect time to pick them up. So for card number 3, Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. So moving on to card number 4, we actually have a new card from DarkWing Blast, and is the new link for World Sea Dragon. Now, World Sea Dragon isn't a card I'd pick up right now. I think right now it's still around the £12 card. I do think there's still a lot of room for it to drop. I think it will drop to around the £6 to £8 mark, and that is exactly when you should be picking up this card. Why am I saying to pick up this card? Even because when you read it on first glance, it doesn't seem that good for a link 4, but what you haven't realized, guys, is that it takes 1+ effect monster to make. What does this mean? You can go into any a link 4, you can go to Napalooza for example, you can exhaust all your negates and then simply use a link 4 to make this link 4. And when you look at it like that, the card's actually really insane. Also, the fact that it banishes all of your opponent's monsters and summons them back in face down means that it basically just outs all the links because they can't come back in face up or face down defense position. And if you are locked, for example, I know in Marincess, if you are water locked and you do use its effect, you can basically lock yourself out of summoning your opponent's monsters back to their field, which basically just makes it a board wipe for free by getting rid of one link 4 monster that you would already be playing. So with that in mind, I don't think people have picked up just how insane World Sea Dragon is at the moment. So that is why I'm telling you for card number 4, you should definitely be picking up World Sea Dragon. And finally, for the 5th card here, I have Ultimate Slayer. Now, Ultimate Slayer basically is a card I have advocated for in the past. I think it is very good. With Triple Tactics Talent, getting the reprint now in the new side set is getting an Ultra reprint again. So I do think that's going to check the price a little bit. I think they were going up, as I did say they would. We have Ultimate Slayer. Now, Ultimate Slayer is a card that's not going to see a reprint for a very long time, guys. It's one of the chase cards in, a few sets ago. I can't exactly remember what set it came out at the top of my head. But basically, it is, in my opinion, a better Triple Tactics Talent. I've started playing it over Talent, and I think it's absolutely insane. And in a format which is so reliant on fusion monsters, I think it's an absolute necessity going forward with these Shizu cards for Tillemans to sort of deal with their boards. If you don't know what Ultimate Slayer does, is you can target a monster in the field, send an extra deck monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, and then basically shuffle that one away, and monster effects cannot be activated in response. So basically, you can out any fusion monster. You can send an Entis, for example, get an extra pop, or you can send something that like one of the Ash Dragon that's going to get your Dogmatica engine started. I think it has a lot of versatility, and I just think the format hasn't been right for it until now. I think now is really when we're going to see, with the release of these Shizu cards, we're going to see Tillemans really take it up that level. Right now, Sprite Runic has been the deck to beat. I don't know if you saw YCS Utrecht, but it was a mirror match in the finals of Sprite Runic. But I do think that Tillemans are going to make a very strong comeback, and Ultimate Slayer is going to go up as a result of this. So that is the top 5 cards I think post the DarkWing Blast that you guys should definitely be keeping your eye on, if not picking up right now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you do check out our short section. We are going every day opening a pack until we pull a Starlight Rare. So without any further ado, I'm Rogue, and I'll see you all in the next video.
It's time! Let's go!